Hello and welcome to Discussion Friday podcast. Today is kind of a emergency one, if you want. I'm going to talk about the Amazon forest that is, well, burning right now. Yeah, the Amazon is burning. 20% of our air gone, or close anyway. What are we going to do? This is probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen in a long time. When I saw this in the news, I was almost in tears. Yeah, me, in tears. The guy that can lovingly hug you and then tell you that I will never see you again by choice and never blink. And I was in tears over trees. Yep. After the initial shock, I decided to look into this a little bit more. What I found was both satisfying and frustrating at the same time. And here's why. August to November, it's the fire season in the Amazon area. So it's not like it never happened before. It happens every year. Well, the forest needs to renew itself once in a while, and nature often do that. Fire starts in the forest, and one point it stops, and then it renews itself into a lush forest again. So why is this year worst? Well, actually, this year, according to NASA and the Global Fire Emission Database, it's just below average compared to the last 15 years. So, should be reassuring, right? Well, it's not fun, but definitely knowing that it is normal and that nature events like this is that it's nature, right? So it's somewhat makes it a little bit less horrific, I think. Unfortunately, fires are over average in the Amazonas and Rhodonia area, which are exactly where the main fires are right now. So this means it is a specific region that is being affected more than usual, not the whole Amazon forest. This is a region, that region of the Amazonas and their Rhodonia. It's a region that's been affected by overpopulation and deforestation for years, mainly due to excessive agriculture, mainly soy and beef. Now, many argue that this is the reason why the Amazon is burning, and they might be right. Now, hear me out. The deforestation of the Amazon is not something new. It actually started in the 70s, and it's still continuing today. There's even a tribe, the Wahorani people, that were so fed up with the abuse of the forest, deforestation, etc., that they went to court to protect the Amazon from the oil companies that were in the area. They were just doing that, killing trees to gain access to area to get some oil and make some cash. And guess what? The tribe won in court and prevented the company to destroy their home. That happened in May 2019. So that's very recent. Now remember, August is the peak of what it happens every day, fire season. And it is only worse than usual in one region. That region is the region where deforestation by humans for soy and beef farm is going strong. The same region where the forest was protected to prevent further expansion in the forest. I do not want to go all conspiracy theorist on this one, but I'm I am absolutely certain that if it was not started on purpose, which I have no proof that it's been, I can say things though. I can say something though. It's definitely a weak spot in the rainforest, a spot where there is less trees to keep the humidity. So that's where it is much drier now than other region due to the deforestation going on in the area. This being said, also fingers are pointed at the Brazilian government for doing nothing and being corrupted. This can certainly be addressed in another, like that's another issue. It can be addressed later. Um, but right now I'm not going there. All in all, the Amazon fire is sure shedding lights on something that must be addressed here. And it is not global warming. Oops, climate change. Hmm. It's not its fault, as many are trying to spin at this. I don't, yeah, I don't understand why they're doing that, but that's what is going on. I've seen a lot of people trying to blame fires on that climate change. And I would say, as usual, unfortunately. This actually, this time, it cannot be because of climate change. It has to fall on the abuse of human activities on a fragile ecosystem. Our farming practices, that's what is abusing the earth. Look, there is no, it is so plain in our faces that we don't even want to acknowledge it. That's frustrating. At the same time as the Amazon is burning, a third of Africa is burning too. Why? Farming practices. That is how people there do farming. They need the nutrients to be added to the soil. Ashes. Yeah, wood ashes. Why? Because it contains all the mineral elements that are in the wood. Potassium, calcium, magnesium, carbonate, oxides, all elements that certain soils need to grow plants. Potassium actually is key here. So, how do you get good source of cheap potassium so your plant would grow? Well, yeah, you got it. Wood ashes from a burning forest is great for that. That is also why nature is doing this on its own, as needed to add more nutrients to the soil and regrow younger, stronger trees. Now, I'm not saying that this is all okay and there's no issue here and that we should do nothing about it. On the contrary, unfortunately, what I found was much more infuriating and frustrating than this. At this time, it is proven that those fires are our own doing. Us, humans. Yeah, you and I that are eating soy. You that are eating beef. You that are eating something to stay alive. See the frustrations here? The farmers are expending in the lungs of the earth to feed us. So they make cash to be able to live too. See why I say infuriating? People want to make cash to help feed us, so they are destroying forests, which give us air. And that has been going on forever. But we have never been really aware of it until now. And now I see a lot of people blaming climate change. Man, if I burn my toast, it is not climate change that does that. It's me, who did not pay attention to the toaster. That I say, yes, I let it in the toaster for too long, and it burnt. Nothing to do with climate change. So, why are we so stupid to accept this as being outside of our range of action? Why are we still pretending that it is not our fault because we choose to just eat without looking on how things are grown to have a minimal impact on the environment? Why are we pretending that it is outside with this boogeyman of a global warming? Oops, sorry, climate change. Same difference. Why are we refusing to see that palm oil comes from palm trees that are the home of many creatures? Why are we not looking at where and how our food that we need to live is grown? Very few news outlet will give you the truth about why the fire in the Amazon. They say, oh, all those facts about what is going on, which is horrible enough. Very few will tell you that this is a decision made by someone, somewhere. And unlike many of the decisions made, this one, the decision to burn down a forest to make room for cattle or huge fields, this decision is made by a few human, and it is affecting the earth and us, humans. We are all affected by that. Some move to tears in seeing the disaster happening, thinking that it might just be an accident, a bump in the road, a spark that was not meant to be. Well, I can tell you right now, those tears are now tears of rage and frustrations. Please wake up. Please start asking questions. Please start seeing things for what they are. Start maybe planting trees in your area to try to compensate for the loss. Please.